At my age, you know I've been to a lot of doctors. Healthcare partners, they really care. They're concerned about your health. They're all the best. I am Roberta, and I am a healthcare partner. Visit hcpnv.com to hear my story.
News 46 is brought to you by Comfort Hospice Care, where we give our patients and their loved ones peace of mind, knowing we provide the highest quality of care 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. For more information, call 751-0349.
Tonight on News 46, environmental training courses begin at Nye Communities Coaltion. A former brothel madam is a guest speaker at the museum. And the VFW holds a rifle raffle. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Monique Mitchell. Local coverage from Deanna O'Donnell. News 46, local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Tuesday, July 23rd, 2013. I'm Monique Mitchell for News 46. The Environmental Protection Agency's Brownfields program teaches those who participate how to prevent, assess, safely clean up, and sustainably reuse. Students are trained to deal with hazardous substances, pollutants, or contaminants. Nye Communities Coaltion is holding several courses on the program.
Well, we're finally ready to launch the beginning of our training for the Brownfields Environmental Training Program. So we've been talking to people about it for the last several months. We now have secured all of our trainers and have a mandatory orientation for those that are interested in it, for those that have already submitted applications or resumes, and those that are just interested in learning more about it. And that orientation is this coming Tuesday, July 23rd, beginning at 9 a.m. at our facility at 1020 East Mance.
What is a Brownfield program?
Brownfields is actually a designation through the Environmental Protection Agency of an area that has been polluted. So, and this program is really to help train people to work for companies and organizations that deal with things of an environmental nature. So it could be a landfill, it could be a power plant, it could be the construction industry. So this training program is really going to provide some state and national certifications for people. It's about 140 or more hours of training, and the first group is actually going to be starting the second week of August.
This is something that might be required for a job position or even something to beef up your resume as well.
Yes. I mean, it's a training program, so we want to emphasize this is a training program, not a job placement program. But by completing this, a participant is going to have a lot more skills, making them a lot more employable than somebody that doesn't have the training. So, again, somebody that's interested in going into, for example, energy. So we have a new propane company that's coming to town. We have that great solar project up in Tonopah. But there's a lot of employers that will see benefit for these types of training. Certainly mining. Mine safety is one of the classes within this training program.
This is going to be inside the classroom as well as on-site training?
All of the training will be either at our location or go out from our location. So training will consist of traditional lecture, some hands-on activities that will also take place on our campus. It may be some site visits, but it will originate from our campus, and some computer-based classes, some computer-based learning.
Do you have to have any qualifications to attend these training courses?
Yep, there's a few requirements. The first is you need to be a Nevada resident. You need to have received a GED or completed high school. You need to be 18 or older. There is no max. So for those 40-year-olds that are looking for a career change out there, this is an opportunity, especially if you're unemployed and have some time. Being physically able to complete the training, it's not going to take a lot of physical activity, but there are going to be some things that you're going to need to do and to try.
For more information, how to contact you guys?
Call the coalition at 727-9970 and ask for Shauna.
A Metro officer has died after trying to rescue a stranded hiker off Mount Charleston last night. According to Metro, its dispatch center received a call at 8:54 p.m. from an individual stating he had become stranded on a rock ledge while hiking in the Mary Jane Falls area of Mount Charleston. A Metro search and rescue helicopter responded to the scene and located the victim. In an attempt to hoist the officer and victim to the helicopter, 36-year-old Officer David Van Buskirk somehow became detached from the line, falling into the canyon below. The victim remained attached to the cable and was safely brought into the aircraft. Van Buskirk died on impact. In an unrelated story, a hiker fell and suffered a head injury this morning at Calico Basin 2 at Red Rock. The Las Vegas Fire and Rescue responded with a technical rescue team to the scene. It took the team quite a while to rescue the victim, a woman believed in her late 20s or early 30s who had fallen about 40 feet. A medical helicopter transported the woman to UMC Trauma Center with serious but non-life-threatening injuries. Well, folks, keep it here because we're going to have more local news for you after this break.
Today's news is brought to you in part by Dr. George Leeks, Pahrumps optometrist since 1990, offering full-spectrum eye care for children and adults. Call today, 727-8300.
Welcome back to News 46. Lorraine Russo Harper was recently the guest speaker at the Pahrump Valley Historical Museum. Harper was a madam at the local brothel, Sherry's Ranch. She has released a tell-all book about her experiences. The proceeds benefit her animal rescue, Symphony Animal Foundation.
I'm part of their lecture series for the year 2013, and we are talking about legal tender today, True Tales of a Brothel Madam, and we have great turnout, and I'm very excited to be here. This museum, they have done fabulous things with this museum, and those of you that haven't been here, you really need to come down and check out our history.
Legal tender, being a former madam at Sherry's Ranch there, Symphony Animal Foundation founder, manager of Wolfie's in Best Western, mom, wife, PIO of Search and Rescue. Gosh, you have a lot on your plate.
I do keep busy, but you know what? It's self-preservation, because at my age, if I stay in one place too long, they start throwing dirt on me. So I got to keep moving, Deanna. But all the proceeds from legal tender go to Symphony Animal Foundation, which you know is our no-kill for the animals in our community. So it's a great read for a great cause at a great place.
There you go. Yeah. And you're seeming to get the room really crowded right now. People are interested in what you're going to be saying about this book that is a revealing view inside what goes on inside the brothels.
It is a revealing view, but it is also a very accurate accounting of how the brothels operate in today's world. So it's enlightening, it's educational, and it's a fun read. And it answers every question that you can think of asking, and a lot of questions that you never thought of asking.
I never want anybody to be naive enough to believe that if there wasn't legal prostitution, there wouldn't be prostitution. So my theory is, why not keep it clean and safe for everyone? And that is what the brothels here do. When I was madam of the brothel in Pahrump, we did over 60,000 tests, HIV and STD tests, on the ladies that worked in the brothel. There was never one reported or documented case of any STD or HIV. It is a very, very safe and very regulated industry.
Speaking of Symphony Animal Foundation, there's an event coming up soon.
There is. We are having a Pasta for Paws event at the VFW on Homestead Road, August 3rd. It's a Saturday. It starts at 4 o'clock, goes till 7:30, and it is authentic Italian cooking, because I will be doing the cooking. So everything goes to Symphony Animal Foundation. It is under construction. We are making great strides, and these events help us do what we need to do to get it open.
People can donate all the time?
They can donate through our website at symphonyanimalfoundation.org. You can give me a call on my cell at 702-528-4997. You can call the foundation at 775-990-6578. And you can always find me at Wolfie's in Best Western.
Ian B. Clark brings you today's Angie's List report regarding home remodeling.
Are you looking for more room in your home to accommodate your family? One of the most common reasons to remodel a home is to create more space. In today's Angie's List report, how to maximize and make the space work for you. Lori's house was built in the late 1940s. The kitchen appliances were falling apart, so in addition to updating the appliances, it was also a good time to remodel the kitchen and change up its space.
We changed the layout. The layout was very, very different within the same space that you see, and we made the space more open to the family living area beyond. That would be the main thing.
One of the most common reasons to remodel a home is to create more space, especially in older homes that have smaller rooms and less square footage.
The latest trends we're seeing in remodeling is really about making your space more open instead of adding on. For example, if you have a small boxy kitchen and living room, we're seeing trends toward taking the walls down and opening the space up.
A lot of times we'll come in and we'll open up a wall between two rooms, usually a family room and a kitchen. And then we'll completely redo the kitchen and often make an island where that wall used to be so that it's all inclusive.
It's not uncommon for people to have us in and talk to us about how they can use the space more effectively in a home. In other words, they love their lot, they love their mature trees, they like their neighbors, they like their schools, and they don't want to move, but they're trying to make their house become what it is that they would see if they go into the newer homes on the market today.
Well, the idea of opening up space in your house might seem like a simple project, but it's actually pretty tricky because when it comes to taking walls out of your home, you want to be sure you know exactly what you're doing. So consulting with a professional like a structural engineer to make sure you're not taking out a load-bearing wall, which obviously could lead to disaster.
Well, first of all, I just tell them we're going to make a big mess. Now, second, we try to contain that mess the very best we can. And it depends on their situation as to just how well we can do that. But it's not, construction is not an easy thing, and it's not an exact science. So we have to make some mess before we can really get anywhere near the finished product.
Well, I think the primary thing that you need to do is you need to make sure you have a decent understanding of how you'd like to use your space more effectively. You don't have to have all the answers. You actually don't have to have any of the answers. You just have to understand what your needs are and be able to effectively communicate them to somebody like us or a company like ours.
If you don't have the budget now for a large-scale remodeling project, there are small yet strategic improvements that will create more space. You can create additional floor space by removing bulky bookcases in entertainment centers and replacing them with cabinets and shelves. An interior designer or decorator and even a professional organizer can help you maximize the space you have. This is Ian B. Clark for News 46.
Well, a 24-year-old Las Vegas man was killed Sunday evening after crashing his motorcycle into a guardrail on State Route 160 near Spring Mountain. Nevada Highway Patrol says the KTM motorcycle appeared to hit the metal guardrail on the right side of the road about 3 miles past the fire station at the top of the hill. The man was pronounced dead at the scene. Investigators are still determining the cause of the accident. The man's name has not been released and notification of next of kin is pending. Well, a judge ruled this morning that former Nevada Assemblyman Stephen Brooks must go to trial to answer for his slew of felonies against him. Brooks, who is 41 years old, has been in a San Bernardino County jail since his March 28th arrest along Interstate 15 in Victorville. That came the same day Nevada lawmakers voted to expel the Democrat from the legislature following his streak of erratic behavior. He is scheduled to return to court at 8:30 a.m. on August 2nd. Well, keep it here, folks, because we're going to have more local news for you after this break.